Hello everyone and welcome to Varamore Things. Feel free to follow me and subscribe to see more of my content. Thank you, and I hope you'll enjoy the video. Okay guys, in today's video we are going to play an Affinity deck combined with one of the most popular cards from Wilds of Eldraine, Up the Beanstalk. Up the Beanstalk is incredibly strong in Affinity, since you can use it to draw cards off of our Affinity cards such as Thoughtcast, Dot Monitor, Sojourner's Companion, and Myr Enforcer. We will put this package into a pretty standardish Affinity list alongside Urza Saga. We have many different main deck Saga targets such as Shadowspear, Welding Jar, Tormod Crypt, Haywire Mite, and a new addition that will help us against Archish Bow Masters, Pyrite Spellbomb. We can also tutor up Springleaf Drum and Mishra's Bauble if needed. We also play 2 copies of Emry, Lurker of the Loch, in case we want to generate some value off of our Bauble or just lock our opponents out by replaying Haywire Mites and Spellbombs. As for the sideboard, we have cards targeting our main threats, Archish Bowmasters of course. So we play 3 copies of Dispatch and 2 of Gutshot. The rest of the sideboard is basically a Saga package made of Piffing Needles, Tormod Crypt, and Haywire Mites. Never forget to leave your house without at least 2 copies of Damping Sphere. And also 2 Blossoming Calms, because I don't really want to lose to burn, as Shadowspear might not be enough from times to times. Okay, so thank you for listening to the deck's introduction. Now let's jump into the league to affinitize some people. And here we are with game number 1 against Izzet Murktide. We are on the play. We mulligan to 6. So that we can start with Memnite plus Springleaf Drum and turn to Thoughtcast. Hopefully. Let's see what our opponent does. Untapped Steam Vents, and only hit. Predictable. But we don't care, we just land cycle for a Tanglepool Bridge. So that we can turn 3, Thoughtcast or Emry. Our opponent proceed to play a Dragon's Rage Channeler and survey with Mishra's Bauble. Typical UR, hit the play. Okay, so we have many draw cards that we can use on turn 4. Unluckily we couldn't play anything sooner. I should have kept the Memnite in my hand and play it on turn 2 so that I could have safely cast the Springleaf Drum. The Thoughtcast with the Springleaf Drum. They counterspell my Thoughtcast, which is fine, they don't have Delirium for now. So you don't have to be completely aggressive with this deck, you can even take your time and snowball with Beans, Thoughtcast, Dot Monitor. You can do fine. Now they hit Delirium, they're putting some pressure on us. They still have 4 cards in hand. A big Murktide. Now we might be in trouble. But, as you can see, we can easily snowball with the Up the Beanstalk. So we are not really that afraid, because we can draw our entire deck with Up the Beanstalk. A Saga will be fine, and even a Cranial Plating on an Ornithopter or a Monitor could be good, but we have to draw these cards because we have only 1 turn left. And okay, so I wanted to get the Sabletly to counter my Enforcer, so I could play Up the Beanstalk and draw 2 of the Enforcer. And here we got the Plating. Another Sojourner's Companion that will draw us 2 cards. And here comes the Monitor. Things are looking great for now. We can draw 4 cards now, but they counterspell, so still draw 2 cards, which is fine. As you can see, we are drawing almost our entire deck We played the third Beanstalk, which is insane. We are now drawing 6 cards off of the Enforcers we have in hand. We will draw 9 cards with the Sojourner. This is insane. I wonder what our opponent is thinking now. Because we have 2 blockers, we have 2 Thoughtcasters. I mean, I could go ahead for ages now. This is insane, guys. This is really insane. I'm so proud of what is happening right now. We are drawing 5 cards and the opponent scooped this up. This was insane. We are 1-0 in the first game. Let's see game number 2. So we are now on the draw. As for the sideboard, I boarded out a Mishra's Bauble, the Pyrite Spellbomb, and boarded in 2 dispatches for his creators. And I think that's it. I boarded out a Tormod Crypt, and I boarded in Pithing Needle for engineered explosives. Let's see what happens now. On the draw, pretty solid hand with Saga. Not the fastest, but that's a good hand, I would say. They kept Ragavan on the main deck, which is strange. We go with Urza, Memnite, turn 1. Hopefully they don't have a Fury. We go with Saga, Springleaf Drum. They counter the drum. Yeah, we don't really care. It's better like this than maybe a Thoughtcast or an Up the Beanstalk counter. So let's see what they play. Engineered explosives. I should have expected this. It's fine as long as they blow it up now, because we still have construct tokens made by the Saga. We are pressuring them a bit with the Memnite since it's going to be blowed up the next few turns eventually. We make a token as we want them to really break the explosives. They do it now, I don't really know why, but it's fine, we are happy with that. We make another construct, only a 1-1. We grab the Shadowspear. We want to race now. We play the Springleaf Drum, and we pass the turn. They have 6 cards in hand, and they hit Delirium, so we cannot block, but we have the Shadowspear. And here comes the Dress Down, one of the cards we hate the most. That kills all of our constructs. I don't know why he did it now and not on the next turn. Just to prevent 3 damage. This doesn't really sound like a smart move, but whatever. We are waiting to make another explosives. Yeah, maybe we can grab the Pithing Needle in time, but I'm not sure. They blew it up now, which is fine. We're going to play the Saga game with many constructs. We are pretty lucky to hit 2 Sagas though. Saga is an incredible card against Myr. We grabbed a Welding Jar. The 3rd Saga comes in, so we're pretty lucky. Welding Jar comes in hand right now, so we can regenerate our tokens in case they annually hit them. We still have pretty good cards in hand, so even if they can deal with the constructs, we still have a backup plan by drawing cards off our Thoughtcast and Thoughtmonitor and putting pressure with 2 Myr Enforcers. So we are in pretty good shape. I just create a Saga token in order to be able to play the Thoughtmonitor this turn and hit them for more damage. We're going to play everything we have in hand. That's so much pressure for them, I don't think they can have an answer to this. And they scoop it up, they're dead. We are on the play. pretty lucky today. This is a really good hand. We can play almost everything we have on turn 2. We are up against Hardness Scale, which is... it ended up to be a good matchup. I don't know why, but we won easily. 2 times. Sorry. So we decided to make a token and draw up the monitor. We play everything we have in hand. Incredible pressure put on them. They are almost dead. Yeah, we don't really care about the Ravager. We make another token, which is insane. We grab our best card, Shadowspear. We equip and we swing for several damage. We are already down to 5. We play an Emry so that we can replay our Welding Jar in case. We have another Up the Beanstalk in hand. Another Springleaf Drum. I don't think they can do anything to escape this situation, but let's see what they do. The Has is a pretty good card. They have their own Shadowspear. They equip. I don't know what they can do, but really. Okay, we draw an Ornithopter, which is a blocker in case. We replay the Cranial Plating. And I think this is over now. I don't think they can do anything. Yeah, they just scooped it up. You see here, Emry did a powerful job. We replayed the Cranial Plating we had in the graveyard, put in the graveyard by Emry herself, and this really won us the game. I mean, I think we could have won, yeah, even without Cranial Plating, but Cranial Plating did a really good job. A really powerful card alongside Emry. If the opponent can't do with Emry, if they can't kill her, she will generate so much value. She's going to be insane in this league. Okay, so let's see game number 2, which we won. We are on the draw. As for the sideboard, I brought in all the Haywire Mites and Beefing Needle I had. I preferred not to put in the dispatches, as I think we can deal with scales even without them. I brought out the Pyrite Spellbomb, a few Mishra's Baubles, and a Tormod Crypt. Let's see what happens. Another pretty good start. Slow, but we have a Beefing Needle, we have a Springleaf Drum, 2 Sagas, which is insane. Another Beefing Needle, pretty lucky. I decided to instantly name the Inkmoth Nexus. They decided to go with the Patchwork game plan. A second Patchwork automation. This will put some serious pressure on me. They play an Angerback Walker on 0 just to boost their own Patchwork automation. They decide to race me, I think. We are fine with that. We can grab a Shadowspear with the Saga. I decided not to play the second Saga now because I want to make as many constructs as I can. See, he is already a 4/4, 5/5. They can grow super easy. I grabbed an Haywire Mite. I decided to attack E4, destroying the scales so that I can do 1 point of damage more. Here comes the Soul's Cauldron, which is annoying since they copied my Haywire Mite. Luckily they don't have mana to activate it, and I guess I will play Beefing Needle on Patchwork automation now, which is a strange play, but I must do it. Otherwise they will blow up my entire board. And they decide to scoop this up because they seemingly didn't have any answer. So I was pretty lucky because I hit 2 or maybe 3 of my sideboard cards and 2 Sagas to put so much pressure with plating and constructs. So I think the opponent was pretty unlucky on this game. and kept on hand he shouldn't probably have kept, because I can easily overrun him if he goes for the race and not for the combo plan. So we are 2-0 in the league. I'm pretty happy with the deck so far. Let's see match number 3. We are on the play again. Pretty lucky today. Usually I never start. This is a decent hand, perhaps a bit slow. We only have one land. I decided this time to keep the Memnite in hand to avoid it being hit by, you know, some kind of removals. So our opponent might be playing Hammer. I flooded the board with Spellbombs and Springleaf Drums. Yeah, this is Hammer. We will blow that Stoneforge Mystic up as soon as we can, like this turn, because we can't allow it to survive. A super dangerous card. We draw 2. Let's see what we draw. An Ornithopter, Glimmervoid. We go with the Emry. And as you can see, we have a Memnite in the graveyard. But if they don't do anything, now we can replay Pyrite Spellbomb every single turn to blow their creatures up. Oh, we decided to blow the Giver of Wrath. I don't know why. Maybe because they didn't grab the Caldra complete. Okay. I don't get why they didn't equip the Inkmoth Nexus, but we will just unblock and get one poison counter, I guess. Yeah. We play the Haywire Mite. We blow up the Colossus Hammer. We now replay the Pyrite Spellbomb, and we will blow up one of their creatures, which is the Pure Steel Paladin. As you can see, Emry is really insane, generating insane value and locking them out of the game. Their Saga comes in, alongside Cigar the Sade, which is the most dangerous card in their deck. But we are doing pretty fine, because we have Emry. We can blow their creatures up every time we want. We replay an Haywire Mite. We blow the Cigar the Sade up. We replay the Mite. No, we equipped the Shadowspear. I don't know why. I should have replayed the Mite and blow the Saga up. I'm not sure why I did this. I think this was a misplay by me. I should have blown the Saga up, so they couldn't generate any value from it. Since I can't kill constructs with my Haywire Mite. But we are doing fine for now. I mean, we just need to draw some cards, which isn't happening right now. We play the Mite again. We blow something up, which is the Saga. I should have done it before. They make another construct. We are not afraid. And they equip the first construct. Yeah, this might look annoying, but we can deal with it. Thanks to Emry and the Haywire Mite in the graveyard. So we're not really scared. We replay the Mite. We blow the Saga. We equip the Shadowspear on the Tapter, and we go in for 1 damage. Excuse me. Another Stoneforge Mystic. They now grab the Caldra complete. This is looking bad for us right now. I don't think we can survive this. I mean, I can now kill Kaldra complete, thanks to the Haywire Mite. Okay, we drew some cards. Maybe we can do it. Up the Beanstalk. Maybe we can just chump block them into oblivion. Yeah, we get our own Saga. Okay, this is looking great now. We can do this, guys. We go in with the Thopter. Just to get that 1 point of life. We then move the Shadowspear on the monitor. They are really high in life points, but yeah, okay, Ashbringer, who cares? You see, we can now break the Shadowspear thanks to the monitor, which we do, gaining 2 life. Look at their hand, they have a Darksteel Paladin, which is fine. They don't have any equipment on the battlefield now. We go in for 3 damage, keeping us alive. And we make a big conflict. 12-12 lifelink trample. You can see the power of Emry, even pre-side. Without it, I would have been gone a long time ago. Emry was insane this game, that now we basically won. But that wasn't easy. For a moment I really thought we couldn't do it. But we are now generating so much value. This is insane. We are blowing the Ashbringer up. We are now playing the second Beanstalk. Another Saga. Yeah, this is insane. Too much value to handle for almost any deck. If we find decks that don't interact with us, like, you know, Scales, Hammer Time, something like this, we pretty much stomp them easily. The problem is when they interact with us. You see, we struggled more against Murktide. But imagine something with Archish Bow Masters, discard spells, I don't know. Those are the deck we are afraid of. Right now, this Hammer deck is trying to play the same game we are, but we are much better at it. If they don't combo off, we just destroy them. I mean, they are at 10 HP. We draw so many cards thanks to the Beanstalk. We are so much ahead that they can't do anything. We basically won. I don't even bother on playing the second Beanstalk because I want to hit the Cranial Plating, which I have only 2 copies in the deck. Maybe I should add 1 more. I don't know. We will discuss this together. This is my second attempt at Up the Beanstalk Affinity. The first list I played with had even Esper Sentinel in the deck. I had 4 Esper Sentinels, no Emrys, no Cranial Plating. That was good, but not as good as it is now. As you can see, opponents scooped it up because we flooded the board with so many artifacts thanks to Up the Beanstalk and the snowball it generates with Thought Monitors, Myr Enforcers, Sojourner's Companions and Thoughtcast. So we pretty much won. That wasn't easy. Emry was the all-star in this deck. As I said in the introduction of the deck, Emry can just lock them out of the game easily. Okay, so let's see game number 2. We are on the draw. And as for the sideboard, I brought in Pithing Needles, Haywire Mites, and 2 Dispatches. I brought out Mishra's Baubles, Tormod's Crypt, 1 Welding Draw, and a Sojourner's Companion. We keep a 1-lander. They start with an Esper Sentinel, which is annoying because we are forced to play the Springleaf Drum since we don't have the second land, and have them draw one. They mulligan to fix, so it's fine. Pure Steel Paladin, they only have one artifact, so as for now, we are fine. We draw a Plating. I think at this point I want to, land cycle and take my time. Next turn I can just play Thoughtcast plus a Cranial Plating and maybe another land, a Saga maybe. Okay, Colossus Hammer. They draw a card. They don't have another artifact, so we're good to go. We top decked the Pithing Needle, which is great. Great top deck, we were pretty lucky. We draw another land and the Memnite. So we can play, excuse me, 2 Enforcers. And we are in pretty good shape now. Even though they have Saga, which is always annoying to deal with. Saga generates just so much value. They can even try to play an Affinity-like game if they have 1, 2 or 3 Sagas and the Shadowspear. They can now fetch in the end step. I don't know if I decided to pay the Esper Sentinel cost, and I'm now equipping the Shadowspear on the Memnite, so they are forced to block because 12 damages are really important to deal with. Yeah, I'm fine with the trade. Esper Sentinel. I now equip the Saga on the other Memnite. The Plating, sorry. The other Memnites. They decide to fetch for an allowed container end of turn. They will now probably create a token. No, they will generate 1 mana. And play the Shadowspear, drawing 1 of the Darksteel Paladin. A Solitude. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I don't really care. They decide not to attack. Okay. We are fine with that. We have a second Plating. This is looking scary for them, but they can trade the entire board just by blocking with the Construct and the Darksteel Paladin. But I'm fine with that. I will draw 1 more card off the Bauble. Lavinia. Oh, that is a scary one. I drew a Thoughtcast, which was exactly what I wanted. I mean, I wanted the Monitor, but even Thoughtcast is fine. Lavinia. What does Lavinia do? Okay. Non-creature spells, so they lock us out of the Thoughtcast. We need to top deck a land in order to play it. We top deck a Monitor, which is fine. We even top decked the land, which is also fine. And the Thopter, which gets countered. I am so stupid, that was a mistake. Okay, we equip both our stuff on the Monitor. We draw 3 cards of the Thoughtcast, a Pyrite Spellbomb and an Haywire Mite, which is exactly what we wanted. We were pretty lucky here. Even though we're playing 3 copies of Haywire Mite, so it's not uncommon to draw it. Oh, yeah, we will gain so much life, so it's fine to us. They're not really pressuring us in any ways now. We just gained 20 life, I mean. We're fine. We have a Saga into play, which will generate so many big constructs. I hopefully won't play that Ornithopter again. That would be so stupid. They decide to counter my Pyrite Spellbomb and I decide to pay because I really want to break Lavinia. I should have added a red mana before. Oh, which I did, sorry. I blow up Lavinia and played a Thopter, which can kill them on next turn if they don't do anything. No, I don't think it will kill them because they have lifelink from Solitude. But still, huge damage coming in. You see, I'm at 30 life points. I don't really care what they're doing. I generate a construct, which is an 11/11. I grab a Shadowspear. I really want to raise them. You see, I'm almost killing them. If they don't have another Solitude, of course. 25 points of damage. Insane. Have you ever seen an Ornithopter so big? And they scooped this up. Okay, we are now on the play for game 4. Let's see what happens. And who are we up against? We proceed to play Saga, Ornithopter, Springleaf Drum, another Thopter, and pass the turn. Opponent plays Grief. Okay, we're up against Rakdos Scam. One of the worst matchups we have. We make a construct. We pass the turn. Opponent plays Ragavan. And we make a token on our upkeep, main phase, sorry. We grab another Springleaf Drum. We play a Monitor, which will get us 2 cards since they can't play other Bowmasters. And they just scooped this up. This was not predicted. I think they didn't add any answers on their hand. And another construct on next turn will have killed them, so they just decided to scoop this up. This was pretty lucky from us, I would say. They just scammed us on turn 1, played the Ragavan, which we don't really care about. Okay, let's see game number 2. We are now on the draw. As for the sideboard, we brought in Dispatches and Gutshots against our Nemesis Archish Bowmasters, the most hated card they play. We boarded out, and we brought in even a Piffing Needle. We boarded out 3 Mishra's Baubles and, no Piffing Needle boarded in, sorry. We boarded out 3 Mishra's Baubles, an Enforcer, and perhaps a Tormod's Crypt. Let's see how the game goes. So a pretty decent hand with Saga, 2 Memnites, pretty vulnerable to Fury, so we have to be careful. We proceed to play both our Memnites into nothing, which is very risky play. I shouldn't have made this, I think. I just play Blood Crypt tapped. They cracked their fetch and Furious. I knew it. And they even proceed to knock out after all the Furies, so we're now up against a 4/4 double strike. We are in pretty bad shape. We need a Glimmervoid to draw. No. Okay, we are now playing the Cranial Plating and the Thopter, hopefully, to not get killed next turn. Let's see what they do. Outside. Yeah, this is fine. We take 8. That is hurting us. Okay, we top decked the land. We were pretty lucky once again. They play a Grief. We don't care. Okay, they took the Enforcer. Maybe that was a mistake. They don't have any more cards in hand. We make a construct. And we take the damages. That's okay. We make another construct. We grab an Haywire Mite. I don't know why really, but that's it. I think I was afraid of Blood Moon, I don't know. Maybe I just wanted to gain some life. We now draw 2, we were afraid of Orcish Bow Massives, but we couldn't really speculate in this sense. We are now snowballing into Oblivion, hitting them with everything we have, and they just scoop this up because they only have 1 card in hand. So we are now 4-0 into this league. We are really close to get the trophy with a, well, budget deck, I will say. $150, way cheaper than most decks are out there. Okay, so let's go and jump into the last game of the league. Okay, we're up against I don't know, Murktide maybe? I'm not sure. They hit my Shadowspear with the Ragavan, which is super scary and annoying. They counterspelled my Emry, but luckily I draw a Saga. I don't want to break the Bauble because I want to have some kind of affinity count to actually play my spells. They equipped the Ragavan with the Shadowspear, which is something you don't see really often, don't you? Okay. Ragavan keeps on hitting interesting things. They hit my Ornithopter, which is super annoying. Saga up to 2. We now play a Darksteel Citadel and a Memnite. And we pass the turn because we want to generate the most value out of Saga constructs. And let's see what they do. Preordain, we're fine with that. They hit Delirium now, so that is annoying. Yeah, they of course switch the Shadowspear on the Dragon's Rage Channeler. Okay, we make a construct and possibly block the Ragavan with the Memnite to avoid getting hit by some kind of removal spells, like a bolt. Okay, we make a second token and grab... no, we can't grab the Shadowspear, so we grab an Haywire Mite to break their, which is our Shadowspear, and we get in for 7 damage. They don't block, which is strange. We now flood the board with big theaters. Expressive Iteration, which is a super strong card. Okay. Anoli hit. We were expecting this. They burn our Enforcer. We're fine with that. They go in for 4 damages. We're fine with that. We don't really care. They have 2 mana for the counterspell. No, they play something. A big Murktide Regent. Well, okay, we're fine with that. We're tapped out now. We break the Bauble because we really want to draw something that can deal with the poor state we have now. They don't have any more Delirium. We hit the Beanstalk, which will eventually draw us our entire deck. We play the Monitor, we draw 3 cards. A Sojourner, which is fine out of the trigger. We now draw an Island and a Springleaf Drum. An Enforcer, which is fine. At this rate they must block, even with the Murktide Regent, maybe. No, we didn't get that far. We play the Springleaf Drum. We play Shadowspear, which we don't want to get it equipped to the Murktide Regent, and we got to combat. with everything we have. I don't know why I attacked with the Memnite here, but okay. We have the Monitor to block the Regent. Even if they kill the Monitor. Okay, now they hit Delirium. We are in danger. Okay, we died. Because they bolted the Monitor. Yeah. That was stupid. So what I could have done better to win this game? Maybe staying back with the Memnite? No, this wouldn't have changed anything. Because they hit, yeah, they hit the Monitor with the bolt, attacking us for, yeah. I don't think I could have done anything better than this. Maybe drawing more cards, I don't know, Let's see game number 2. Okay, let's see game number 2. As for the sideboard, I brought in Dispatches and Piffing Needle, and brought out Mishra's Baubles and Tormod's Crypt and the Memnite. Okay, so we are now on the play. Let's see what happens. We mulligan to 6, we keep this hand, we put Enforcer on the bottom. We start with Memnite, Springleaf Drum and Shadowspear. I decided to play the Shadowspear on turn 1, so that it won't get countered later on. We play a Thoughtcast, we play an Haywire Mite, and we have an Up the Beanstalk in hand that I don't want to play now because I don't want it to get countered. I make the construct as soon as I can to go with the Enforcer. Opponent has a Petty Theft, which is fine. They are not putting much pressure on us, so we're good to go. We decide to make another Saga token, of course, and grab a Piffing Needle on Engineered Explosives, as we decided to do past the sideboard. We attack, and they probably trade with a Bolt plus Dragon's Rage Channeler, which we're fine with. We still have the construct. We play a Thopter and we pass the turn. Opponent, what are you going to do? You pass the turn. So we try to equip the Shadowspear on the construct. They will surely do something. Flame of Honor, and they kill the construct. We still hit them for 2 damage. They bother us. Okay. And they pass the turn. They draw a card off of Bauble. We draw Glimmervoid. We try to play... No, we equip with the Shadowspear on the Memnite because we don't want the Brazen Bower to block the Ornithopter. We go in for 3 damage and gain some life. They play the Brazen Bower. I'm not playing the Beanstalk because I don't want to get countered so easily. They swing back with Brazen Bower for 3 damage, but we're fine, we can take those. We play the Beanstalk because we want it to be countered instead of the Plating that we're going to play on the next turn. Sorry, as the next spell. It hits the battlefield, we equip, but it's suspicious they will surely kill this. They just block. Okay. That's a good trade for us. We hit them for many damages. They're down to 5. They hit us for 3. We don't care. We still have both Shadowspear's Cranial Plating. We decide to equip the Thopter and attack with both the creators. We have Otawara, which we expected. They're now tapped out, and we can play the Monitor without remorse. We play the Bauble. We equip the Plating on the Thopter. Remember, always equip your Plating on the Thopter so that a useless creature like it can become a threat alongside other creatures that they have their own power. They now play a Murktide Regent, and this is becoming to sound like the game we played before, but this time we have the Shadowspear. We cracked the Bauble because we want to draw something interesting. We draw both Emry and Monitor, which are super great cards. We attack without equipping the Shadowspear because we want to draw with the Monitor and play what we draw. Oh, we try to switch the plating, but fortunately this isn't working. Okay, so we just trade the Brazen Power for the Ornithopter and the Monitor for the Murktide. We now drew some interesting cards and played the Sojourner's Companion equipped with the Shadowspear. They are in a pretty bad situation and they decided to scoop this up because they couldn't do anything at all. I just couldn't have equipped the plating probably, and they had no answer to this. I still had an Emry, and yeah, that was it. Okay, so we won game number 2. That is going to be awesome. Okay, so the sideboard stays the same. Dispatches in, Pithing Needle in, Bauble out, Memnite Tormod Crypt out. We are now on the draw. We can keep this. This is a pretty decent hand with a turn 1 Emry if they don't do anything. Let's see what the opponent does. A Preordain, which is fine. This is Bauble, which is also fine. We go for the Emry turn 1. Emry usually never survives turn 1, but still. You force them to remove Emry, so they waste a removal on Emry, which is fine, which is great for us. We can now play perhaps Up the Beanstalk. Yes, Up the Beanstalk hits the battlefield. We are now in super good shape. We draw so many cards off of Up the Beanstalk. We are now in great shape. Yeah, we don't care about your Alpine Moon. We play another Up the Beanstalk and the game will soon be over. I mean, look at this. Look at what is happening here, guys. Look at this. This is... wow. Wow. Opponent just scooped this up because he couldn't do anything against 2 Up the Beanstalk, and we proceed to get the trophy just by losing 1 game and won everything else without any issues on the way. Thank you for watching, guys, and this was amazing. Stay tuned for the wrap-up that will come in a minute. This was incredible. As for the deck, it felt incredibly strong and solid, but I must admit we haven't faced our nemesis, which is Archish Bowmasters, and so this way this was easier for us to play the Up the Beanstalk plan. But as you saw in the video, even when you can't play Up the Beanstalk, this doesn't happen very often, we can still play the classic, the standardish Affinity game plan, which will eventually is very aggressive. We base our game plan on Urza Saga or on Up the Beanstalk. All this supported by Cranial Plating, which was great, and I think 2 copies are not enough in the main deck. I was surprised even by Emry, which literally won us the game against Hammer Time, which otherwise we would have lost surely. And I was also very impressed by Pyrite Spellbomb, which came in hand a few times. I wasn't really sure about Tormod's Crypt and Welding Jar, which basically did nothing. I don't know, side destroyed. And also in the sideboard, I think Gutshot, which is there for Archish Bowmaster, is still a card we must play in the sideboard, because if we're going to face Archish Bowmasters, we must absolutely have an answer, and Gutshot is the best we have. Also Damping Sphere, too important, with so many Trons and Primeval Titans, amulets, and so on. They're very popular these days, so you must play it. Blossoming Calm against Burn, because we didn't face any burn deck in this league, but they're still very popular, and I don't really want to lose to something so stupid, so 2 Blossoming Calms that we can find via Thoughtcast, Monitor, or Up the Beanstalk will win us the game, I can assure you. I tested it in paper at the Swiss Magic Masters, and the Blossoming Calm was very strong. Okay, thank you for watching my first video. I hope you enjoyed it. As for myself, I want to create Magic the Gathering content from another perspective, which is budget decks mostly. This deck is around 150 ticks. You can easily rent for like $5 a week on Card Hoarder, as I did. Thank you, Card Hoarder. I'm not sponsored or anything, but their service is super easy, super fast. I really recommend it. So big props to Card Hoarder for renting me this deck. And in the upcoming videos, I will have another take on Affinity, another league with this deck with few changes. And I will then proceed to explore the possibilities of budget decks in Modern, such as maybe Dredge, Mono Blue, and I don't know, Infect. Let me know in the comments what are your thoughts on my first video on this league. And also once more, thank you for watching, even if you skipped a few parts of the video. I do it myself even. So sometimes, so don't worry about it. If you liked the video, I ask you to press like and follow me. If you didn't like the video, let me know why and what I could improve to get the best out of my videos, and let you have the best experience watching these videos, and so that you get entertained from the start until the end. Thank you again, guys. This was an awesome ride. I'm so happy I could make this video, and see you in the next one.